Our planet, a home to many dangerous animals, but many of them can be But which one is the most dangerous? We've picked 72 that stand above this lineup. In each episode, we'll pick a winner with our top 11 finalists facing off in a final showdown. From the world's largest reptile to a scorpion that can kill a human 100 times its own size, to man's best friend stabbing man in the back. This is 72 Dangerous Animals, Our Planet. It's finally time. The final 11 creatures are in this list. Now it's time to see it's time to see who comes off this list as the best, strongest, and deadliest of them all. Before, let's go over some of our old friends that I haven't seen in quite a while, thanks to my disappearance from 72. Let's get started. First up, episode 1's winner, a formidable, nasty animal, the largest crocodilian, the largest reptile, also the saltwater crocodile. Next up, an invisible animal that is so hard to see, with no brain and can swim faster than an expert swimmer. Episode 2's champion, the box jelly. Episode 3, big, aggressive. So many people say so when they're not too dangerous. This nasty opponent, striking from below, taking unexpected victims. The great white shark. Episode 3's and our nasty biters winner. Next up, a flying assassin of the sky with a deadly sting and being one of the largest members of the bee/wasp hornet family, the Asian giant hornet. Next up, the heaviest snake on the planet, constricting around its prey, opening its mouth, swallowing. The episode 5's winner, the formidable green anaconda. Next up, episode 6, the fastest snake on the planet. This snake is so deadly and so famous that it got an infamous NBA player was named after it. R.I.P. Kobe Bryant. Episode 6, and our toxic warfare champion, the Black Mamba. Next up, the most dangerous bear on the planet. What a cute bear turns into a deadly beast. Claws so sharp and scaring off tigers. The sloth bear. Next up, episode 9. Episode 8's formidable biter. Biting strong and terrorizing beaches all over the world. The most aggressive of all sharks, the bull shark. Maybe the oceanic white. The oceanic white tip's aggressive as well. Coming in, episode 9's winner, the biggest feline of all time. Not of all time, but of today. This kitty cat is about to slash you up. The tiger. Coming in as our episode 10 winner, the largest lizard on the planet with a formidable fatal bite, with nasty venom and nasty bacteria. The Komodo dragon. And finally, rounding up a list, man's best friend getting stabbed in the back by man. The formidable street dogs. We've got the list. Now let's rank the best from nastiest to most dangerous. All on 72 Dangerous Animals, Our Planet. Also, remember when I said I was going to get more photos? Sorry. I was getting there, but it got too difficult, so I just went back to doing... I'm just going to do the files more like this for my 72 series. Unless if I'm doing like a 72 Dangerous Animals Australia. Ruling its own island. This formidable monster, so-called, walks around. A prehistoric legend. Our episode 10's winner, the Komodo dragon. These are some deadly lizards. And there's one simple reason why they need to be this deadly. Because on their island, there's big prey. There's boars. There's big pigs. And most famous, there's water buffaloes that live on Komodo Island, is where also these guys live. And there was no other competition. So when these lizards got on this island, there was no predators, no competition. They basically were able to grow and get bigger and deadly. And the venom is to help take down large prey. Remember, the Komodo dragon takes down some seriously dangerous prey, especially water buffalo. So they need a venom where it's one hit, and that's what their venom does. Their venom, just like their prehistoric cousin, Megalania, is an anticoagulant. That means if you get bitten by it, you could, and with no medical help, just like most other venoms, you're dead. So how does an anticoagulant work? Well, it's kind of simple how mosquitoes work. With one bite, it basically it prevents blood clots, making you just bleed and bleed. And most of the time, humans would survive. But if there's no medical help, you're not going to survive this prehistoric beast. Remember, we have to respect them. And they are in danger. I can say I shouldn't be calling this a beast. It is a beast of its land. But really, it's just trying to survive. On the endangered list, Komodo dragons' populations have been dwindling thanks to humans. Pretty obvious. As the Komodo dragon population is slowly going down. That's because there's more people moving on to Komodo Island than these other islands where Komodo dragons live. And they're gonna, of course, try to drive away these lizards because they're dangerous. It can be dangerous. They can kill small kids. And if that were to happen, then these Komodo dragon numbers would go down even quicker. They have to be protected. We get it. They're dangerous. But there's so many things you can do to avoid a Komodo dragon attack. Watch the signs of a Komodo. If the Komodo stares at you, you might be on its radio for its next meal. If you're in a group, the Komodo is usually if given the opportunity, the Komodo will usually try and take down smaller animals because it's more easier. Like, say if you go to a restaurant, but you have to kill. kill to get your meal. You have to kill the animal and bring it back to get, and then they'll cook it and then you'll eat it. Wouldn't it be more simple for you to catch and kill a fish that most likely can't fight back, like a salmon or a tuna, or trout, instead of trying to hunt a moose or a bison for one burger? So often, Komodos will try to target the weaker and younger ones of the group. So, if you could, try to keep an eye on them and try to defend the younger people in the group. I would suggest backing up slowly and look and have like one or two people look around, make sure no other Komodo dragons come. Remember, sometimes these lizards can hunt in packs. While they're not pack hunters, they do sometimes gang up on prey. So keep your eyes out for one Komodo dragon. And these guys are dangerous. So if you have to run, you have to make sure they don't bite you. Try and climb a tree. Because that's usually where younger Komodo dragons go. Try and climb a big tree to try and avoid these dragons. Because they're not excellent climbers. They're excellent climbers when they're younger. That's because these Komodos won't shy away from cannibalism. They're dangerous animals. But people that live around them have to respect that these animals were here first. Stay in the tree until they give up. But then after that, make sure that there's no more Komodo dragons. They're very persistent predators. But you should have something. If it comes to a standoff, you should have something you can put in between you and the dragons to avoid getting attacked. These animals are nasty. And I get it, they're scary. But we shouldn't be afraid of them. They're there, but they're not. We are trying to protect them. It would be horrible if all these Komodo dragons, if one person died from Komodo dragon attack, and then many other people would try to kill the Komodos. We shouldn't kill them just because someone died. We should leave and move on, and that should be for every species that can kill a human. Try to make sure that you don't get into a scenario. These animals are also excellent swimmers and easily take down large prey. They take down deers, boars, and like I mentioned, water buffaloes, which aren't easy animals to take down. Their venom works slow, but it's dangerous. So we should respect these Komodos and also avoid that tail. They might not use it a lot, but they can use it. The Komodo is our first contender in our final show. It takes first. Shout out to Zephyr Natures for not giving me a third copyright strike. Shout out to him, because I don't think I could deal with a third copyright strike. Coming up, a flying deadly assassin. Here it is. The buzzing defender of its nest. The Asian giant hornet. Episode 4's winner. These are some deadly creatures. Asian giant hornets are formidable contenders for what's the worst insect to get stung by. They're painful, they're strong, they're dangerous. And if you encounter them, it's over. Being a very wide a somewhat widespread insect. It's not surprising to see these guys buzzing around your home. These guys live in Asia and are somewhat spread out in warmer habitats. You catch the thing with large insects and them not going into very hot habitats. I think you can catch that. In many cities, these guys are formidable, and there has been deaths. Unfortunately, on a field trip, on one school day, a whole class of students felt the wrath of this nasty, dangerous animal. Someone tried to take an Asian giant hornet's nest down, and that went berserk. So many students were stung by these hornets. The whole class stung. There was so many kids were stung, and unlike their bee-like cousins, these guys can sting more than once. So, just like wasps, and unlike bees, they can sting multiple times. So it's not that they're just gonna sting once and let go. They're gonna sting multiple times. Luckily, nobody died, but there has been rare cases of humans dying thanks to these nasty guys. They're very territorial, so just don't mess with them. They're gonna guard their nests. And if you disturb one, get ready for a whole pack, a whole swarm. These guys leave pheromones if they're disturbed. Either in the sting or they release the pheromones when they feel disturbed. That means if you're in the forest and you swat at a hornet, it's gonna release a pheromone, and more hornets are gonna come and start attacking their opponent. These animals are also dangerous to bees. The hornets, one of their main prey items are average bees. And bees actually have a defense mechanism. See, bees can sting other insects multiple times. But even though they have stingers, they don't use them on the hornets. What happens is a hornet will go to, and if a hornet finds a bee's nest, it'll go there and lead the other hornets to the nest. So then a whole out fight breaks out, and the hornets win because they can bite back. Unlike the bees, they don't just have the stinger. They have those massive mandibles that could seriously inflict deadly wounds. And there's no winter time. That means all year, with no snow. That means all year these hornets are active. That can be said for the murder hornets in the U.S. in 2020. The best year, unfortunately worst year, after Kobe Bryant died, second time I guess he's mentioned in this video, and coronavirus started, these guys popped up. And just like in the Simpsons prediction, they were ravenous. Well, not as the murder hornet, it's not sure if it's a murder hornet. It's confusing. The murder hornets are Asian giant hornets. They call them murder hornets because of how horrible these hornets were. They were a big problem. But they weren't used to our habitat. Bees today are used to it. They know what to do during winter time. Die. But the queen arrives. Murder hornets. These hornets haven't experienced this habitat. They don't know how the U.S. is like. They didn't understand that snow would come. And snow would mostly wipe out these hornets. Because these hornets live in warm parts of Asia where it never snows. But now they arrive in the U.S. where it does snow. These hornets are formidable. And bees have invented a way where they encircle the hornets. They don't sting the hornet, even though they can. They start vibrating very fast. which builds up enough heat to basically just cook the hornet. Many times this is useful, but lots of times it's not. And it ends up with these hornets eradicating the bees' nests. It's not them eating it, it's their offspring that love to eat bees. These hornets are nasty animals. We should fear them, but we should respect them. If you see a hornet, leave it alone. Don't make it fight. Don't catch. Another thing that makes them dangerous, they are right now believed to have photographic memory. So if you bother it, oh, just like a crow, it will attack you. But unlike crows, with their friends, when you bother them and they attack, these hornets are 10 times worse. These formidable hornets are nasty, and that's going to help them. As the hornets cut into first place with their nasty stings and nasty numbers, beating out the Komodo, even though the Komodo is bigger. Next up, a large, dangerous constrictor. The largest snake on the planet. Green. Green is a normal color. We see it every day. From trees to the Boston Celtics logo. I love the Celtics. I don't think you... I think you guys have heard about my love of the Celtics after making that whole not so popular NBA video. I wasn't a popular video, but I enjoyed it. Sorry for getting out the talk. I was gonna make a sports channel. That got confusing. I will try again, though. So if you're in sports, I guess you can hippity hoppity onto my other channel that will come out sometime. But now we're in animal mode because I love animals. The green anaconda is a formidable and deadly animal, but it's rare for them to attack. Being the largest snake, let me explain. Reticulated pythons are said to be the largest snake, but the green anacondas are the heaviest snake. Right now, the green anacondas are heavier than a reticulated python. In science, size is measured by weight. That's why the blue whale is the largest animal to ever live on our planet, because it's the heaviest and heavier than Argentinosaurus, which used to be the largest dinosaur, but then Brontosaurus came and beat Argentinosaurus for that record. But both are, and I think Brontosaurus is still the largest dinosaur now. There is another dinosaur that has been sized and seems like it could be larger than Brontosaurus. We don't know fully all about it yet. We don't know a lot about this new dinosaur, this other sauropod, I forgot its name. It's around the same weight as Brontosaurus, so it might be heavier than Argentinosaurus, but it's not heavier than... But right now, Brontosaurus is still the largest dinosaur. And this was confirmed in 2023. So Brontosaurus, I guess, holds its record of largest dinosaur for one more year. Nice. Anyways. So the reticulated python might be the longest snake, getting up to 35 feet at max. But the green anaconda is heavier, which does mean the green anaconda is the biggest snake. So that's how I explain it. The green anaconda, besides being from a large snake, is also for a large snake, it's very sensitive. It can sense anything. That's why its face is like this. Like any other snake, this snake has a Jacobson's organ. The Jacobson's organ is basically an organ in all snakes. I first found out about the Jacobson's organ when hearing about a zebra snake, which that's fun. So when they pick it up, they can smell, but with their tongue. So we all smell with our noses, and many of us breathe with our noses. So yeah. So we smell with our noses, but technically, this snake smells with its tongue. Every snake smells with its tongue. Stick it out. When the smell particles land on the tongue, they pull it back in, and it detects the smell of when there's prey. So I could tell between a medium well steak and a capybara, which is what it usually hunts. This large constrictor winning episode 5 is easily a deadly contender. But how deadly is it? A very fun fact, a somewhat famous animal scientist got wrapped around these snakes, and he personally said it felt like an elephant was stepping on one of his shoulders. It was literally where his shoulders were literally about to touch. Just imagine a snake being able to squeeze as hard as an elephant steps on a person. That's crazy, man. These snakes are strong. And that's important because they do hunt lots of animals. They hunt capybaras. They hunt junior sized caimans. And sometimes they hunt jaguars. Even if jaguars kill anacondas a lot. These animals can constrict around their prey tightly until there's no more mess. The brain can't send any messages. And it can feel you breathing. So if imagine you're being constricted by the snake. You try to breathe, the snake just squeezes even tighter. You try again, tighter and tighter, till you die of asphyxiation. Either you pass out due to lack of oxygen. It doesn't usually wait for you to die. You can also die of a heart attack or a blood clot. Like, it will kill you, and it will either kill you during constriction or wait for you to pass out. But most likely, you're dead if you get constricted. But it's rare. Only children have died of being constricted by the snake. And the snake doesn't often hunt kids. It doesn't go out of its way to hunt little kids playing in the river. Its teeth are very nasty. And just like any snake, its jaws aren't fused to each other, so they can move. Meaning they can swallow almost anything. This snake is very dangerous, but they won't attack often. They won't be in a scenario where they attack prey that's as large as an adult human or even a kid. These snakes are threatened, but so far their numbers are pretty good. This giant constricting snake might be dangerous, but it's not as dangerous as our two formidable reptiles. Our reptile, our flying hornet flying high, or deadly deadly lizard. Our constrictor takes third for now. Coming up, a deadly shark living closer to humans. Bull shark. Right. our episode 8 champion with a strong jaw crushing down on prey. And easy with the strongest bite force of all sharks compared to body size. This shark owns the ocean and most of its prey. These sharks are the most aggressive sharks because they have the highest level of testosterone. Yeah, the same stuff that makes teenagers more snappy in fighting over women also makes these sharks killers. Or so. Zephyr Nature is right. The whole group is right about these sharks. You can't point out the shark and say, the shark's a killer. And they're right. Realistically, they are right. Sharks aren't mindless killers that just kill people. And there's nothing such known as shark-infested waters. Because the sharks were always there. The sharks always were there. They were never not there. They were never... Maybe they weren't there when some other species were there. But after then, they were there. And we have to respect them for living in their own habitat. It's sort of like this. Let's say you're chilling in your house and a man breaks in and starts stealing stuff. You defend yourself and end up killing the man. YouTube has became straight on unaliving the man. God, I hate saying unaliving. It sounds so weird. The man ends up going to bed for a really long time. Then you and your entire family end up also going to bed for a really long time. That's basically how the shark is. When one person gets attacked and ends up dying of a shark, please don't get rid of this channel. YouTube. They end up with many sharks also getting killed. Sharks aren't always mindless hunting machines that just kill people for what. They don't go like, oh, there's a person, I'm gonna attack it for absolutely no reason. Granted, these are man-eating sharks, but not in the sense of they'll always prefer a human over sorry. They won't always prefer a human over like what they usually hunt. Like fish. They usually hunt fish, turtles, other stuff. These sharks aren't straight man-eaters. And you can say the same thing against Zeph's gonna get killed. Zephyr Nature's gonna get mad at me. And I forgot the name. Yeah, that was gonna happen. Peru. Like, with Zeph's, I'm gonna say it, so are catfish. Catfish aren't mindless man-eating machines. Like how sometimes Zeph depicts. They're not gonna kill you over just random stuff. Catfish and sharks are very opportunistic animals. But it doesn't mean they're always gonna kill you. Like a Mekong catfish won't kill you. They're mainly vegetarian. Like a blue catfish won't always kill you. Red catfish are one of the rarest. I don't even think people have died of a red catfish attack. And the so-called mother of all dangerous fish. My God. I know after this video, I'm just gonna remember this so-called killer monster, mother of all dangerous catfish. Yeah, that. All dangerous fish. Yeah, that should be toned to level of stonefish. Stonefish should have won episode 2. Not all sharks are manless, mind-hunting animals, but this shark is dangerous. They're the most likely shark to attack you. And that's because higher testosterone and they're more opportunistic. A human's feet do look like fish sometimes, and they will attack. I'm not saying all shark attacks are accidental. There could be, like, in the case of oceanic white tips, all those attacks are on purpose. Those are all, not because it just hates people, it's because those are predatory attacks. And that happens with bull sharks. And they're dangerous. Extremely strong, deadly fish with a deadly bite. Having the strongest bite force compared to humans. Biting many people. Not as many. It is the most dangerous shark on the planet. Much more dangerous than oceanic. I get it, oceanics attack all of the time. But attack humans any chance they get. That's what you should be calling a man-eating fish, not a bull shark or catfish. But bull shark attacks happen more often, and it's rare for a boat to sink in the oceanic white tip areas, but it does happen. And they end up in mass murdering attacks. It's gruesome, it's horrible. YouTube would get mad at me. Bull sharks are extremely dangerous, and we should fear and respect them. They're opportunistic and also enter freshwater. Jaws was based off a true, real story. 5 victims, in the span of large bull shark was swimming in a river and killed 5 people and injured 1 more. One kid died. One kid ended up dying while he was swimming with his friends after getting attacked by a bull shark. And anyone in those lakes, 5 out of 6 attacks during that time were fatal. The publisher and writer of Jaws hated this book, didn't like Jaws so much. After what he did, everyone killed sharks, and he felt so bad that he caused all these sharks to get murdered, that he ends up working for shark to save sharks up until his unfortunate passing. I still love Jaws though, so you can't blame me. The formidable bull shark is extremely dangerous. It easily wipes the board and steals first from the murder hornets. Being very close to attacking people, this shark is easily dangerous enough to finish off any animal or human if scenarios come to. How about next? A deadly bear with a deadly bite. The sloth bear is the most dangerous bear. I know. What about polar bear? What about grizzly bear? What about brown bear? What about Kodiak bear? All those bears are indeed dangerous. But this bear kind of takes the cake. And I bet many people that are new, I haven't heard of this bear until 2018, 72 Dangerous Animals at Asia, I made Africa. These bears are notorious for being aggressive And it's because of one animal that will be mentioned pretty soon in this episode. These bears were attacked by tigers a lot. So, unlike being just like most of them, these bears sort of became the honey bears of the honey badgers of the bear world. These animals, the sloth bear has been known to basically treat tigers like how honey badgers treat lions. These guys are basically well, they may look like they're from a cartoon. They may look like they're from a cartoon or from a circus, which we'll get to that later. These animals aren't too friendly. And if they're placed in a dangerous scenario, these animals will kill. People have been mauled to death by these formidable bears. And that's because these bears have became aggressive because they were placed in where there's lots of predators. So they had to become more aggressive so they can protect themselves if placed into a scenario where a tiger attacks. People have done unspeakable things to this poor bear. This bear has gone through so much stuff that I wouldn't even do to my worst enemies. I would not do to my worst enemies, even though I hate lots of people, even though I have hated people, I didn't like people, yada yada. I wouldn't wish them to go through this. The so-called dancing bear was a horrible thing that used to happen, where people would pry the bear's teeth open, pry the bear's teeth completely off, and put a mask right over, and then wave a stick, attach a rope attached to the mask, the bear, and it will look like the bear's dancing. In reality, it's in pain. And I don't want to sound like I'm a PETA supporter. I'm mad at PETA for what they did to Mario, and I'm still pointing fingers at them for the monkeys released in North Dakota. No, I'm still pointing fingers at them for what I believe. It's not proof they did actually release those monkeys into North Carolina. I'm still pointing fingers at them. I don't want to sound like I'm a vegan person, because I'm not. I hate the vegan teacher. I mean, I don't like her. She has done things I don't really like of her. But these bears have been going through some horrible things. Getting their teeth pried out. But now they strike back. It is banned in Asia to do that to sloth bears. The sloth bear is finally safe. It's all thanks to the governments and every animal association. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm a PETA supporter, because I'm not. Because I do eat meat. I'm not vegan. But, that's my dogs. But I don't like what they did. Those bears were born defenseless. And there's been horrible attacks from these bears. When they feel threatened, they're going to attack. And that's with every animal. You push them, they're going to fight back. And when they do it, it's horrible. Lots of people have died because of these bears. With them have, well, they might be might be smaller compared to other bears. That doesn't mean they're not as dangerous. A formidable, dangerous bear. It's very tough between these bears, between the sloth bear and the bull shark. But at the end of the day, the sloth bear can steal first. The sloth bear steals first place, sending the bull shark to second. The formidable Asian giant hornets to third, and our Komodo and anaconda to 4 and 5. Next up, a formidable feline, the largest cat on the block. Tigers. Dangerous by sport. Nasty, intelligent, and deadly animals. Many times, these cats often do attack in predatory assaults if they think you're prey. But it is kind of rare. During the years, tiger attacks have slowed down. But that doesn't mean they haven't stopped. Well, this endangered cat is formidable. Tiger attacks have slowed down in the past couple years. Fun fact, did you know that 2022 Did you know 2022 was the year of the tiger? Maybe I like 2022 a lot. That was my little brother trying to bother me. It was a good year. And the tiger numbers have made a great bounce back. They're still threatened, but they're not as endangered as where they will never have to be we were so close to being in a world where the only place you can see a tiger is in zoos, and that is not right. These tigers are beautiful. They're majestic animals. The numbers they have increased over the past couple years for the tigers. These tigers have 3-inch long canines and have very nasty claws. These cats will attack you if they think you're prey. And they are formidable predators. Did you know the tiger, if you shave a tiger, the black stripes will still be there. That's how to help them. See, where they live, there's a lot of orange leaves. That's why many tigers are indeed orange. And the black stripes help them sneak up on prey. And then they could easily just attack. These cats are extremely strong, extremely fast. They have caused many people's deaths. People have started to wear masks backwards, but the tigers are smart and started catching on a bit to it. They wear backwards masks to try and give the tiger a feeling that their surprise attack they can't do a surprise attack, which has worked for a little bit, but now it doesn't. And the tigers are getting smarter. And that's going to cause some more attacks if the tigers are opportunistic enough to attack. Our big kitty cat has no problems. It easily slides in the first place. Pushing our snake in the second. Our formidable Komodo dragon our constrictor into 6th. Komodo dragon 5th. Bull shark 3rd. Sloth bear 2nd. As tiger leads the list. Now it's halftime. Halftime is coming up. And it's something I want to talk to you guys about. Our planet. No. Fiction. It's used to tell stories about how nice princesses are saved by handsome princes. But fiction also has a dark side, actually, I'm not going to say it because my mom will get pretty mad. Mom, you know what movie I'm talking about. My dad would get mad. If someone asks, I might not tell them in comments. There's a very dark side to fiction, with brutal beasts rising out of the darkness. We've picked 72 dangerous animals from fiction to go head-to-head. In each episode, we'll pick a winner, and our top 12 finalists will face off in a final deadly showdown. From a horrifying descendant of bats to a very oversized prehistoric monster to the largest ever dinosaur to ever be featured in a Jurassic World or Jurassic Park movie. Largest ever carnivorous dinosaur to be featured in a Jurassic World or Jurassic Park movie. This is 72 Dangerous Animals Fictional. Hey guys, I want to talk to you guys. Get down to this level. I was gonna make a whole video on this, but I said I'd do it I should do it in the finals for the halftime. So this is all gonna be what's going on with 72 Dangerous Animals Fictional. And one of my good friends on YouTube, aka the original creator of North America, that I didn't know made North America, and then made 2 straight episodes until I found out. Asked me a question. He's a good friend of mine. We're good friends. I haven't heard from him in a while. Buddy, please post another North America episode. You're doing great. Enjoy your videos. Go subscribe to him. Also, go subscribe to Mr. Just Second channel. He does Hoodwin Books. He does great breakdowns on Hoodwin Books. Go subscribe to his channel. He does pretty good. That's pretty good. I also do 72s. I'm basically a fog. I don't know. I'm basically just behind Zeph. But I enjoy that spot. Sometimes I'm not trying to say I'm a good YouTuber. I am a good YouTuber. I'm not trying to say I'm the best, the strongest. No, I can respect that now. Especially after that one video that I said. But you should go subscribe to those 2 channels. I'm deleting that one video. Anyways, I want to talk to you guys about what is going to be happening with Fictional. I just wanted to talk to you. So, first thing, there's going to be aliens in the franchise. But this guy, Predator, will not be, oh my god. Sorry, I gotta scroll down here and not be included in 72 Dangerous Animals Fictional. It's just that alongside, animal, I want to be this. More realistic. And I think it gives Predator has an upper hand over everyone else, because the Predator has an upper hand because it has lasers and, like, knives. So I don't say that would work. I wouldn't say. But aliens like Xenomorph from Alien, the Death Angels from A Quiet Place, and White Spike, which I don't remember what movie it's from. I didn't even know this creature existed until Goji Centered made a White Spike versus Indoraptor video. And then my good friend requested this guy to be on it. So yeah. Also, kaiju are also an X. I guess we strike out. I was actually gonna include kaiju, like Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Rodan, King Kong. But I feel like they have an upper hand over the others. I will include one kaiju. That one kaiju is the Skullcrawler. I was thinking of also including Camazotz, but Camazotz has that sound upper hand, which, I mean, I feel like it's unfair to, like, put an animal in like a venomous animal compared to, like, a god that can make electrocution and blue fire. I feel like that's more unfair. I was actually going to include these guys, but I'm not going to include them anymore. And anyway, I'm going to need a lot of help making these episodes. So if you have any fictional animals that set in the rules of also no human intelligence, that's why I cut the hybrids from Jurassic Park 4 hybrids. Jurassic 4 got canceled either way, so yeah, so as long as it doesn't have, like, any sort of human intelligence, or it isn't a kaiju. If you have any animal that you want to be in this series, please don't be shy and comment under this video, or episode 1 even. I haven't even figured out the whole list. I'm also doing some fix-ups with weirdest animals. I'm cutting the sea anemone. And replacing it with the Antarctic sea spider. You can go search up that. I'm cutting some animals that are in that list. I'm gonna be cutting some. So yeah. So there will be aliens in this franchise. There's gonna be a lot of weird and deadly animals. I already got episode 1 figured out. Episode 2 is also figured out. There's a lot of episodes. Alright. So that is mostly it for halftime. Let's chime right back into the show. And I just want to talk to you guys all about this upcoming series. And also, to no surprise, it didn't just win, it dominated the vote for the next 72 Dangerous Animals episode. Anyways, series. Anyways, let's get back to the list. We're back. And so far, the Tiger holds first place, with the Sloth Bear in second, Bull Shark in third, Murder Hornet in fourth, and the Komodo Dragon fifth, and the Green Anaconda sixth. Coming up, when you stab man's best friend in the back. Street Dogs. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I did the Mario intro. With dogs. That wasn't a good joke. My bad. And I'm gonna use Street Dogs. Who would ever expect a dog to make the finals? Dogs are usually cute and happy, and during these whole intros, I'm wrong. Every franchise, I'm wrong. I should have said when man stabs man's best friend in the back. But good thing, I am wrong, and I can say I'm sorry. Because most of the time with these dogs, it's man stabbing man's best friend in the back. So we can't even call this creature a backstabber. Street dogs should not be called backstabbers. It's because of their owners. Many owners give up their dogs. Which, if you're not gonna have a dog, like, if you have a dog, I feel like it's rude just to abandon them. Like, even if they, like, come on, like, that's not nice, bruh. They have a very high likely chance of just getting killed and eaten. Killed and eaten. They get killed and eaten. Like, come on. It's like if you have 4 dogs, tie them up, and some random dude let them stand out and let some random dude kill them. Movie reference. Movie reference. Guess the movie. That's a movie reference. And my mom would be pretty upset with what movie I chose to reference. So would my dad. Anyways. Movie reference. You shouldn't abandon your dog. If you're gonna have to get rid of your dog, either like give him to a friend of yours or give him to somewhere where they will be safe and hopefully another owner. I'm not saying you should immediately just get rid of your dog. But only if you're like if you're in a situation where you have to get rid of it. You shouldn't like drive up and just kick the dog out and just drive away. Because then this stuff happens. If the dog ends up surviving, then it becomes a street dog. Street dogs are more violent because they're more likely to get exposed to rabies. These dogs are often very aggressive because they're more exposed to rabies. Which is a very dangerous disease. And if you get that, you're dead. Street dogs are one of the most dangerous animals on this planet. Killing a lot of people. And these beasts shouldn't be called beasts. Many people have been helping these dogs' numbers go down by catching them and trying to clear them up of rabies. If you don't get a rabies shot, then you're just dead. Rabies is a horrifying disease that is horrible. And it affects any street dog that consumes either dead meat of a caught myself. Dead meat of, let's say, a rodent or anything. These dogs become more violent and they kill each other. So just imagine, you leave your old Sparky, kick him out, and then just drive away. Father? So imagine, you abandon your dog. That's just rude. If you have to get rid of your dog, give him to a friend or a shelter. I'll take good care of them. Instead of just immediately kicking them out onto the street. These dogs can be aggressive. But remember, they're dogs. These dogs have been put into certain scenarios that has ended up making them like this, where they're highly aggressive, and humans are starting to see why you shouldn't abandon your dog. So if you are in a scenario you shouldn't abandon, where you have to give up your dog, don't abandon it. Just give it to somewhere where, like, give it to one of your friends or an adoption center or it can end up being adopted into another family. These dogs are very aggressive creatures. They're aggressive because they're abandoned. Like, you can't blame them. And there's been many deaths thanks to street dogs and rabies. Most of the time, it's just people dying of the rabies the dogs give. But other times, these dogs are still wild and they're going to gang up. A 2-year-old boy was snatched from his tent while the people were camping and ended up, unfortunately, dying of these dogs. And that would have never happened if people didn't abandon them. And once again, I'm not trying to sound vegan. I'm not a vegan teacher supporter. Bing, bang, boom. I don't know why I said that, but I did. The street dog has no problems stealing first place. The rest of the lineup, once again, moves around as the formidable street dog holds on to first place, sending the Tigers to second, Sloth Bear third, Bull Shark fourth, Murder Hornets fifth, Komodo sixth, and Anaconda finishing in seventh. Next up, a deadly snake with a deadly bite. The black mamba is the fastest snake on the planet. Unusual for a snake. Many people would say it. It's unusual for a snake to be fast. These snakes are also one of the most deadly snakes in Africa. Welcome back to the finals, Black Mamba. Our toxic war champion, the Black Mamba, slithers into the finals. These snakes are highly venomous and are highly aggressive. These snakes deliver a nasty punch. And it's been said, if you get bitten by a black mamba, they're not going to help you. People aren't going to help you because it's too late. The black mamba gets its name for its black, sometimes silver, in the side of its mouth. This silver and fast snake has a deadly punch to it and injects deadly amounts of venom into its prey. It usually uses, like all venomous snakes, it uses its venom just to take down prey and defend itself from predators. The black mamba hits like a bull. I know YouTube's gonna cancel me. A marble. Let's say that. YouTube is gonna hit me. Not actually. That's a joke. They're gonna get pretty angry with me if I actually said what a bullet comes from. YouTube's getting... I don't know if... No, I was gonna say something about YouTube, but I don't know if... Either way. Anyways. These snakes hit hard. They hit really hard with their venomous bite, injecting their prey really quickly with venom. Bite. And they're unusually fast for a snake, too. They mostly spend lots of time in the ground, but they will end up in trees if they will sometimes go into trees. Usually offspring do, unlike their cousins, the green mamba, that spends a lot more time in the tree branches. The green mamba is more terrestrial. That's kind of why they're more darkly colored. They mostly try and blend in. But if that doesn't work, then the green mamba has a deadly bite to defeat to take down any animals that are trying to hurt it, to attack it. That's why you shouldn't mess with a black mamba. One quick bite and it's over. They're too far from hospitals where black mambas are, so if you, just like the famous Lindsay heard when the infamous Lindsay heard from one of her, from a tour guide in Africa. If you get bitten by a snake, a black mamba, tell your family that you love them. Kind of got dark there a bit. The black mamba. Anyways, the black mamba hits hard, but it has tough competition. The black mamba will go. Won't. The black mamba. It has tough competition. Will end up going in the third place due to its venom. The tiger holds on due to how its proximity to humans. Next up, the largest reptile on the planet. With the strongest bite of any animal living today. It's no surprise this prehistoric assassin has made the finals. Episode 1's champion, the saltwater crocodile. His bite can hit hard. So strong. Its bite is so strong. It can crush and rip and tear things off. Tear limbs off. Especially with its infamous death roll. Living in Asia and Australia. Living in the biggest and smallest continent, Asia and Australia. These crocs have deadly power. And that starts a famous story of when Japanese soldiers were forced into the marshes in World War II. They weren't familiar with this island. They didn't know how dangerous this island was. There was venomous snakes and deadly mosquitoes with deadly parasites. But the one thing above them all was these guys, the crocodiles. I explained it in episode 1 of this franchise. I'll explain it in the last episode. These guys, this started with when the Chinese and the Japanese were walking through the marshes. The crocs would start taking people that were at the back of the line. The slower and weaker ones. Because they were the more easier pickings. For a couple days, while they walked through the marshes, Japanese people would be walking in the back. A croc would come and grab them and drag them underwater before any of their buddies would have a chance of trying to save them. Many Japanese people even climbed in trees to try and avoid the crocs, which didn't work. With these guys being able to jump sometimes even over 5 feet in the air and chomping their strong jaws onto their prey and quickly dragging them into the water, finishing them off. So many Japanese soldiers would get attacked very quickly in the trees. And in the water, it was almost even worse. The crocs got more opportunistic and ended up starting taking people more at the front. People from the front, middle, and back would be taken by these crocs, crushed and eaten alive by these crocs. And it would only get worse. As they finally left the water, the Japanese soldiers thought that the Crocs wouldn't follow them there. But it was different. The crocodiles were seemed that they were very smart and opportunistic. The Crocs started taking sleeping Japanese war soldiers right out, snatching them right out, and dragging them in to the waters, crushing and tearing them apart. You can poke the eyes. They would literally, I'm not lying, they would crawl up, grab the Japanese soldiers, and drag them into the water, where they would end up finishing them off. Well, all the other soldiers could do was hear their friend screaming for help. That help would never come. Horrifying, huh? The formidable saltwater crocodile takes a huge chomp at the list. Or can't quite be our formidable street dogs. It does takes second place. It will take second place. Forcing the Tiger the third, Black Mamba the 4, Sloth Bear the 5, Bull Shark the 6, Asian Giant Hornet the 7, Komodo Dragon 8, and Green Anaconda 9. Next up, a silent assassin of the water. The box jellyfish. Episode 2's winner. A dangerous assassin of the water. Rising back up to see if it has a shot of gold. What does this deadly assassin carry? Harpoon-like needles on its tentacles, so small that you would need a microscope just to see it. Nasty venom that can take down humans extremely quickly. And it can swim as fast. It can swim as fast as faster than an Olympic swimmer. And it can be complete near invisible. People wouldn't even notice that they bumped into a deadly assassin until it's too late. They were just right around the corner of getting married. Two fiancés went to the water to celebrate their marriage, but only came out the water with heartbreak. 72 Dangerous Animals Asia fans, I think you know where I'm going. The boy would start to feel a little sting and start feeling a little pain. As what he didn't know, he bumped right into the box jelly. What the girl said, she felt something. She also felt something. Luckily for her, she felt the top of the box jelly, which doesn't have stinging cells. Only the tentacles do. And that's what the boy felt. Nearly under 5 minutes. Under 2 minutes, he was screaming. He was in so much pain. The girl went to go find help, but it was already too late. 5 minutes, the boy died. Just right on their special day came tragedy that ended one man's life. On what was supposed to be one of the best days of their life, ended in tragedy. Thanks to a quiet, deadly assassin of the deep. Having no brain. These guys Unlike most star jellyfish, the box jellies swim. Well, most jellies usually let the current carry them around. Some jellies, including the box jellyfish, do swim. They're one of the only jellyfishes that actually do swim. And these guys are very deadly. Being the most venomous animal on this planet has a deadly toll on people's lives. With nasty venomous stings come one after the other, these beasts take multiple lives. And they're not even beasts. They're nightmares. Ready to sting if they feel threatened. Many people have died with the jellyfish's quick acting venom. If you bump into it, you might die. You could die. These jellyfish's deadly stings can easily end one person's life in a matter of time. It's very close between jellyfish and this list. All these animals are heavy hitters, but the jellyfish can quickly kill people. There is a cure to. You can be given a rabies shot, but you can't avoid the jellyfish. The jellyfish steals first. Very slowly, though. Slow and steady wins the race. And that's how it works. The box jelly stealing first place. The street dogs fall to second, with the saltwater crocodile in third, tiger fourth, black mamba fifth. The bear, our friendly bear, coming in sixth. A friendly bear, not so friendly bear, coming in sixth. Bull shark in seventh, Asian giant hornet eighth, Komodo dragon ninth, and black mamba and green anaconda 10th. Now, our final contender, a formidable, deadly shark. The great white shark finishes this episode off. The most dangerous of all sharks, with a formidable, hard-hitting bite. Being mostly blamed for all attacks, even though bull sharks kill a lot of people, the great white is the infamous one. The one that's just known to attack people. And that's not fully true. Australia does have the most shark attacks. And many of those attacks, most of those attacks are split between the great white and bull shark. In open water, watch out, because you could be vulnerable to great white attack. Great whites don't often attack humans, but if they get confused and think you're a seal, they'll hit you like a truck. Many people have died of these sharks' attacks. Also, people have died because of people have lost limbs because of these sharks too. These sharks hit extremely hard, and you can't ignore that. Most of the time, when deaths happen, it's because of the great white taking a huge chunk out of a person, and them ending up bleeding to death later on. These sharks have the largest jaws of sharks today. I've some of the largest jaws. Only baleen sharks are filter feeding sharks, which are what baleen sharks are. but they don't actually have baleen. Filter feeding sharks have bigger jaws, mouths, but these guys have strong jaws with sharp teeth accompanying that. Just like crocs, these sharks have to thrash around ripping their prey apart. The gray white shark hits their prey. What makes them so dangerous is how they attack. The gray white, when it sees prey above, it will hit that prey so hard. It will swim so fast. Pulls its eyes back so it doesn't damage its eyes. And boom! It hits its prey so hard. Then the prey is dead. But usually gray whites don't attack people too often. And they are a deadly bites winner. Many attacks still prove fatal. But we should. But most of the time, they don't attack too often. Granted, shark attacks have increased a bit. But they aren't at the level of absolute, yeah, you're dead. They're not at that level. They're not at the level of the great white shark. Might be formidable, but compared to this list, it's actually going to strike low. The great white finishes the finals off at 8th place, just right behind its cousin, the bull shark, leaving the bull shark at 7. The big black mean sloth bear takes 6. Black mamba 5th. Tiger 4th. Saltwater crocodile 3rd. And our formidable, dangerous dogs at 2nd. The box jellyfish will be the 72 dangerous animals, our planet's champion. Thank you so much for watching this series, as the box jellyfish will be joining both hippo and moose, and will be our 3rd ever 72 Dangerous Animals champion. Guys, I want to say thank you so much for being here. I know this year I haven't been getting out videos as much. I've noticed that, once a month. Videos usually once a month aren't so good. So, starting on Friday this week, I'm going to be making another series. But Happy New Year's, everyone. We're almost in 2025. Crazy. It's really good to see you all. I know this episode was crazy delayed. It was crazy delayed. I did have a lot of stuff, especially during the Thanksgiving point, where it was Thanksgiving, then Christmas came around real quick, and then we're now in New Year's. So I've been spending a lot of time celebrating those holidays and getting ready. So that's kind of why this video, I did say that this video was supposed to come out either late October or early November. It ends up coming out on the last day of the year. I think I just realized I accidentally started this thing last year. I filmed 2 videos on the 31st of December and didn't post them out until January 2nd. I am making a new series called Weekly Animal Videos with Ryan. It's basically where I just do some fun facts about animals, where there was about one animal every week, and for the first one I will be doing a vote. I will be doing a vote on first animal for this weekly. The first episode will come out on Friday of this week, so I will be getting more videos out this year. I've been working a lot harder, and I will be getting lots of more videos out. So it won't be like a monthly wait. And I'm planning on doing a special thing. I'm planning on doing a very special video series. But even though with 2 new series coming out, I'm going to keep this second series more a secret. Because there could be some things that impact the upcoming series. This series upcoming. There's some things that are going to happen. I am going to be posting another series, but it might not be confirmed yet. I will also be posting an Animal Showdown series, so there's going to be lots more stuff. And I still will be working on 72s and Who Win books. I know it sounds like I'm just trying to post lots more of other stuff to keep you guys entertained. No, I just want to experience new things. I want to experience. I want to dip. This year, I want to dip a little more into experiencing with other things while also keeping up with like 72s and Who'd Win books and Prehistoric Beast Fights, the new contenders. So I will be posting those 2 series, and I have a 3rd series that might not be confirmed yet, but I gotta do some more work on that one. So it involves a very big brand, and though this won't be causing lots of money, so I still will be free. This franchise will be free. So yeah. Anyways, Happy New Year. 2025 is coming. I made a mistake by saying 2023 last year in my past 2 videos. Where we ended 2024 this year. And I will be in this, and I'm excited because coming right after, we are so close to Who Would Win Ultimate Pterosaur Rumble. It's just like Ultimate Shark Rumble, Blue Whale versus Mosquito. I will be doing my honest opinion on the book. I'll be reading it to you guys. I won't be like reading it. I will like read like who's fighting and then skip to the page where it says who wins. And yes, I am posting my own Pterosaur Rumble. Thank you guys so much for all the love, all the questions. You guys were excited for this video. I hope this entertains you. I'm sorry with how far it's been with videos. Next year it's going to be different. There's going to be more videos coming out. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. But it's time to say it. The 2020 the Ride-A-Man for Reptiles, Ride-A-Man for Animals 2024 run is over. Have a good night, and I'll see you all on Friday. I love you all. I read all of your comments, and any comment you need, I will reply to it. Have a good year. Have a good rest of 2024. I will see you all next video coming out Friday. I'm making a poll though for episode 1 of Weekly Fun Facts with Ryan. Fun Animal Facts with Ryan. I am picking 4 animals that I'm interested in doing a video on. And I'm going to let you guys vote. Anyways, guys, these polls are more to see on what you like to see me post. What types of stuff you like to see me post. Anyways, no further ado. Ride-A-Man for Reptiles. Animals. 2024 run will end. And we're starting in 2025 very soon. Y'all, I hope this year was great for you. I love you all. not romantically. I love you all. I enjoy you. I will see you all next year. Peace.